Hi everyone. In this video, let's learn about how to write a C program to calculate the electricity bill for a consumer. So this is our problem statement. So the question goes like this. An electricity board charges the following rates for the use of electricity. So for the first 200 units, the consumer has to be charged 80 paise per unit, and for the next 100 units the consumer has to be charged 90 paise per unit, and beyond 300 units, whatever units are being consumed, he has to be charged rupees 1 per unit. Okay, and beyond this, the users will be charged a minimum of rupees 100 as meter charge. This means that even if the number of units consumed is 0, 100 rupees minimum meter charge has to be charged for the consumer. And then with the total amount, we check whether the total amount is greater than rupees 400. If the total amount is greater than 400, then we also need to add a surcharge of 15% of the total amount should be additionally surcharged. Okay, so we need to write a C program to get the name of the user, number of units consumed, and then we have to print out the charges. So how should we do the calculation? An example is given here. So in case if the number of units consumed is 900 rupees, then for the first 200 units, he has to be charged 80 paise. So it is 200 into 0.80. And then for the next 100 units, he has to be charged 90 paise. So it is 100 into 0.90. And for the remaining units, okay, beyond 300 units, here it is beyond, here it is greater than 300 units, right? So beyond 300 units, it should be charged with 1 rupees per unit. So the remaining units are nothing but units minus 300 will give you the remaining units. So let's say here the units consumed is 900. So the remaining units is already we have charged him for 300 units. So the remaining units will be 600 units. So for 600 units, he will be charged 1 rupee per unit, and for the 100 units he'll be charged 90 paise per unit, and for 200 units he'll be charged 80 paise per unit. So when I multiply and add up all these three, I will be getting 850 rupees, and then I should also add the minimum meter charge, which is 100 rupees. When I add the meter charge, I'll be getting 950 rupees. Okay, then when the total amount, the question also says that when the total amount is greater than 400, I should add 15% of the total amount as surcharge. So the total amount is 950. I should be adding 15% of the total amount as surcharge. So how to find 15% of the total amount? So I can write this 15% as 15 divided by 100, or I can simply write 15 divided by 100 as 0.15. So 15% of 950 will be 0.15 into 950. So this 15% of the total amount will be added with the total amount to get the final electricity bill for the consumer. This is one example. Another example is if the user enters the units value as 0, then the electricity bill has to be produced as 100 rupees. In case if the user enters a negative value for units, then the electricity bill has to print an error message for the user saying that it is invalid input. Okay, we can, in C programming language, we can make use of many constructs, like we can make use of structures, or we can make use of some other decision making structures. Here we have used a simple decision making structure called as if else if ladder. Here the statement inside the body of, here the condition 1 will be tested. Here the if, the else if, and else, everything is called as keywords in C language. The condition 1 inside the body of if, inside if statement will be evaluated. If condition 1 is true, statement 1 will get executed and control will come to the end of the else if ladder. Okay, this entire thing is called as else if ladder. If condition 1 is false, then condition 2 will be checked by using this else if statement. If that is true, then the statement 2 inside the else if block will get executed. Like this, we can have any n number of conditions to be checked inside the else if ladder. Finally, we have the else block. Else block is like the default block. If all these conditions are false, then the else block will get executed. Okay, so the statement inside the else block will get executed. In case we can also have an else if ladder without the final else block. In that case, if all the if and else if conditions are false, then nothing is going to happen, nothing will get executed. Now let's see how to calculate the electricity bill for the consumer by making use of this decision making structure called as the if else if ladder. So now let me use an online C compiler and type the program and show you how to write the program to implement the to calculate the electricity bill for the consumer. Okay. So now I'm using online compiler. You can use any compiler you want. You can use Turbo C compiler. You can use GCC compiler. You can download and install CodeBlocks IDE, which is a free open source cross-platform IDE which supports multiple compilers. You can use the Eclipse IDE along with the relevant plugins. You can use the Autumn editor and configure it for practicing your C, C++ programs. Okay, so that is dependent on our requirements and our personal choice. Okay, let's see how to write a program to calculate the electricity bill for the consumer. So first I include the header file in my program. Hash include stdio.h. Okay, now this is standard input output .h header file contains the function prototypes for our printf or the scanf function, such types of input output functions. Okay, so I am including that in my program. The next thing is program execution in C always starts with the execution of the main function. So I'm including the main function in my program. The next is our declaration of data types and the variables. So here to get the number of units consumed from the user, I am declaring a variable called units and total. And then we need to get the name of the user. So for that, I'm declaring a character array whose size is 20. Okay, and then I use a printf statement to ask the user to enter his name. Okay, now to get the name which is input by the user, I use the getYes function. Okay, and then next I ask the user to enter the number of units consumed. We know that in C programming language, every statement ends with a semicolon. So, so accordingly, I am inputting semicolon at the end of every statement here. And then after asking the user to enter the number of units consumed, now I use a scanf function to get that input from the user. We know that ampersand is the address of operator. So the number of units consumed, which is got as input from the user, is stored in the address of the variable units. Okay, so we use the address of operator to represent the address where the variable units is being stored, or to represent the memory location where I could store the value of this units variable. Okay, so after getting the number of units consumed from the user, now I use a if else if ladder, and first I check whether the value of units consumed is equal to. So first we check the value of units whether it is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, we calculate the value of the total bill as 100. Okay, if the value of units is not equal to 0, we check whether it is in between the range of 0 to 100 by saying units greater than 0 and units less than or equal to 200. So next what I have written here is if the value of the units entered by the user is in between the range of 0 to 200, then the value of total is calculated as the number of units consumed. For every units, he is being charged 80 pice per unit. So we multiply the total number of units with 80 pice and then add the meter charge of 100 to calculate the total bill. Next, if it is not coming under this criteria, then we check whether it comes under the criteria of the value of the units is in between the range of 201 to 300. If the value of units is in between 201 to 300, then what we do is for the first 200 units, we multiply it with 80 pies, and for the remaining units, how to find the remaining units? The remaining units is whatever remaining beyond 200 is called remaining units, right? So we write units minus 200 into 0.9. So the remaining units are multiplied with 90 pies, and then we add it with the meter charge to find the total EB bill for the user. If it is not coming under these three criterias, then we check whether the value of units is something which is greater than 300, because all other conditions have been checked in the previous if-else if statements. So if the value of units is greater than 300, what we do is we charge the user with 80 pies for the first 200 units. And so I have written here 0.8 into 200. And then for the next 100 units, I charge him with 90 pies. So I have typed 0.9 into 100 here. And then for the remaining units, he has to be charged with 1 rupees per unit. So the remaining units is calculated as units minus 300, because for the 300 units, we have already charged him. So for the remaining units is given by units minus 300 into 1. Okay, after doing all this, we should also add 100 rupees as the meter charge. So I have written 100 plus all these calculations here. So that will give the total bill for the consumer. And then if it is not satisfying, if any of these conditions are not true, it means, so we have taken all the conditions starting from 0 to any n positive integer value. So if it is not satisfying all these conditions, it means that user has entered some value of units, some negative value for the units. So in that case, it will print an error message as invalid input, and then it will return. So our final thing is, after calculating the total value, we should check according to our problem statement if the value of total is greater than 400. Okay, if the value, okay, and then I use another printf statement and then type customer name and give the format specifier for printing the customer name. So here I have given the format specifier for printing the customer name as %s, and then next I print the total value of the bill. I just type total bill is and then %f/n, and then the value of total is stored in a variable called as total. So I just type it. Okay, finally I end the main function with the close parenthesis, and then I run my program. So when I run my program, it is asking me to enter the name of the consumer. So I enter the name, I enter the number of units consumed, and it is giving me the total bill value as 1092.50. Once again, I run the program. Again, it is asking me to enter the name of the consumer. I enter the units consumed as 0. So it shows me the total bill as 100 rupees, which is nothing but my meter charge. So this is all about the electricity bill program. Here you can see that instead of getS of name, you can also use scanf of %s, name, which can be used to input a name without white spaces. Or you can also use scanf with scanset character like this, where you can get a name which consists of more than one words. So till the user presses the enter key, all other all other characters which he types will be considered as input by the user. That is all about the electricity bill program to calculate the EB bill for the consumer. Hope you have understood the concept. Thank you.